This is News 3 Now at 6.
A destructive night in downtown Madison sparked by the arrest of an activist who was using a bullhorn and carrying a bat downtown yesterday afternoon. Protesters tore down the Forward statue from its post at the Capitol and also removed a monument of Colonel Hans Christian Haig, who was known for his strong stance against racism. Alder Mike Revere says the statues are now in safekeeping by the city. Democratic Senator Tim Carpenter says he was assaulted after taking a photo of protesters last night. Windows were broken at the Capitol and the Tommy Thompson Center, and federal agents are helping investigate who threw a Molotov cocktail into the city-county building. Just in the last half hour, the ATF is offering a reward of $5,000 for information leading to the identification, apprehension, and conviction of a man believed to be responsible for firebombing the city-county building. If you have any information, you are asked to contact Madison area Crime Stoppers. The Forward statue has been outside the state capitol since the 1890s, serving as an emblem of progress for women in the state. Protesters say they removed that statue because they don't feel the state is moving forward.
I'm happy they're down, because where is the progression in Wisconsin if we are living in the most racist state in the nation for African Americans? Where is the progression in Wisconsin when Milwaukee is the most segregated state in the nation? The state of Wisconsin is false flagging its values. These statues up here represent a progression that African Americans don't have.
Multiple media outlets reported the Forward statue was left in the middle of State Street while the Colonel Haig statue was beheaded, dragged down the street, and thrown into Lake Monona. In response to the unrest, Governor Tony Evers has activated the National Guard to support police in Madison. The governor toured the damage to the Capitol today and said what happened last night presented a stark contrast to the peaceful protests that have been seen across Wisconsin in recent weeks. He said in a statement that the protests resulted in serious injury to bystanders as well as significant damage to state property. He says the National Guard will serve in a, quote, limited authorization meant to make sure people can exercise their First Amendment rights while ensuring the safety of members of the public and state buildings and infrastructure. And in the last hour, Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway addressed the violence, saying she is expediting investigations into the criminal acts that happened. She also announced she will be introducing a resolution to terminate the contract between the Madison School District and the police department.
Madison City and school district leaders agreed to end the contract for school resource officers, known as SROs, the police officers that are stationed in high schools, calling for a new approach to managing conflicts in our schools and supporting student needs.
The resolution will be introduced tomorrow to terminate the contract before the start of the next school year. The school board is expected to vote on it on Monday. And we do have team coverage on other responses to the protest and damage tonight. Amy Reed spoke with Republican leaders, including Assembly Speaker Robin Vos. But first, Adam Duxter shares the Dane County Executive's message. Adam?
Oh, Charlotte, Dane County Executive Joe Parisi says while the damage done here at the city-county building, as well as to the state capitol, also don't fall under his jurisdiction, he wants to send a message tonight to those responsible to say what happened is not acceptable.
A security surveillance photo shows the small group of individuals breaking windows before setting fire inside the city-county building in downtown Madison, forcing city engineers and the 911 operations center out today.
We didn't know right away until, later on in the middle of the night.
Dane County Executive Joe Parisi says his initial concern was for those inside.
The city-county building houses part of the county jail. There are 180 inmates in that building, and when someone tries to burn that down, that's pretty serious.
Today, broken glass, charred trash cans, and bricks are what's left of the damage. Parisi calling the actions taken a recipe for disaster.
I think what's important now is that everyone step back and take a deep breath. There is a lot of of justified emotion out there, and people have some legitimate gripes. But we have to look at where do we want to be as a community.
Parisi says despite that, he doesn't have control over the state's decision to call in the National Guard or even a say in the city's police response to the violent protesters. When I interviewed him today, he still hadn't talked with Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway, but wants those protesting to know their actions will have consequences.
Lives could have been lost last night. So again, people need to step back and take a breath and assess where we want to go. Where do we want to be as a community, and how do we constructively get there? Because starting buildings on fire is not going to get us anyplace.
And as you can see, those windows that were broken last night are boarded up today. Well, work on the inside of the building has started as well. Now, Republican lawmakers have been critical of the county executive as well as the governor and the mayor of Madison. Amy Reed heard from them today and joins us live from downtown.
This morning, Republicans said the governor and the mayor of Madison have been all talk and no action when it comes to these protests, and that's what's led to the violence and the destruction of state property. Even though the mayor and the governor have addressed the protesting, they say they are just empty words with no consequences, though there have been some arrests for looting weeks ago. But they warned violence will deter action. Today, Assembly Speaker Voss told us he's open to reform, but he said he doesn't want to rush it, saying a legislative session likely wouldn't come until after the election. He said he wants to hear from stakeholders, but their requests should be specific.
A lot of the ideas that are being brought forward aren't necessarily applicable to Wisconsin, right? We already have pretty rigorous training, but we can do better. We already have the ability to hold police accountable, but we can do better.
Democrats, meanwhile, are also condemning the violence, particularly toward a member of their caucus. However, the Democratic leader in the Senate said the sad part is that all of this could be prevented. The Republicans who control the legislature have refused to act to address the systemic racism that threatens the fabric of our society. They won't even acknowledge it. Voss said today he is willing to address problems by increasing training and accountability for law enforcement, but he said 99% of police officers are good. He said they're human and make mistakes.
Dane County Sheriff Dave Mahoney also addressed the overnight destruction. He's calling on organizations Freedom Inc. and Urban Triage, who have been leading recent Madison protests, to speak out against the violence.
I call on them today to publicly disparage these acts of violence, because it is their silence and failure to denounce and stand against these extreme acts of violence which endanger the lives of the very people they advocate for and the children of families impacted by these issues.
We're finding out new information about the series of events that preceded last night's protest in downtown Madison. 28-year-old activist Devon Reed Johnson was arrested after video shows that he was disrupting restaurant customers, shouting with a megaphone and threatening them with a bat. But from what business owners along State Street told us today, this had been happening for several days prior to last night. Jamie Perez joins us live with more on what led to last night's events.
Well, pretty much all the businesses that I spoke with today were saying the same thing, that for the past several nights, Johnson has come in, he's harassed them, he's demanded free food and drinks, and today I spoke with a couple of them that have kind of helped piece together what the last several nights have looked like.
To record it. Don't change it. I don't give a about your camera, bro.
This is the video of the man who was arrested yesterday, which sparked protests last night in downtown Madison.
Told us to not take the board because we're going to smash it.
Mayor McTabby, the owner of the Dubai Mediterranean restaurant and bar, said this video was taken about a week ago and that this has been happening for several days to multiple State Street businesses.
I don't know how to say it. I mean, they have the right to protest, but they don't have the right to damage.
Start beating your right now, then what?
Multiple business owners say he came into their business with a bat, threatening them too.
They came in here and you know, we had a discussion, and you know, we came to a resolution, but then at the end it didn't seem like it was enough, and they kind of demanded that we gave them free food and free beer.
William Dye with the Irish Pub said he supports the protests and the cause, but he speaks for many businesses who didn't feel comfortable speaking with us on camera that what happened last night.
When these violent acts occur, it totally dilutes any sort of message.
Many businesses said they don't want to talk about what happened because they're scared of retaliation. McTabi said he's now sleeping at his restaurant to protect it from further damage.
We were afraid from the damage. I was afraid from one more damage because insurance is not going to take care of us anymore.
All the business owners that I spoke with said they support the nationwide movement demanding change, but that they want it to be done peacefully.
We heard you. Government heard you. They want to take decision against everything that's happening. But a decision cannot be made overnight. You guys want to protest? I'm a protester. I am a protester. Me, my family, we are all protesters. But there is way to protest.
A lot of these businesses that I spoke with today said safety is their #1 priority, and they're hoping that the city can do something to protect their businesses in the future.
Jamie Perez reporting tonight. Jamie, thank you. And we will continue to keep you up to date on everything that is happening in downtown Madison. Our team will be there tonight to cover any new developments, both on air at News 3 Now at 10 and online at channel3000.com. Well, finally some sunshine in the forecast tomorrow, but we've been hearing some rumbles of thunder and some rain coming down.
Yeah, actually, we've got some showers and thunderstorms moving through the Madison area as we speak. Here's the live view from the Edgewater Skycam. Looks like the heaviest rain is now shifted south of downtown Madison, whereas the view from the WISC Skycam raining pretty hard here, and we've been hearing some rumbles of thunder overhead. You can see on high-resolution radar these thunderstorms drifting toward the southeast, one heavier cell over the west side of Madison right now. The only severe weather is back in Iowa, severe thunderstorm warning in parts of northeastern Iowa, but I don't expect these storms to be severe. The rain has cooled temperatures down into the upper 60s here in Madison, where the sunshine has returned. Temperatures are mainly in the 70s. Dew point temperatures still in the middle to upper 50s, so it's not terribly humid out there. Skies will clear out tonight after the rain ends, then look for a sunny and warmer day tomorrow with a high of 81. But heat and humidity build on Friday along with thunderstorm chances, and that'll be here right through the 4th of July holiday. I'll have more details and weather in a few minutes.
Madison police are investigating an attempted homicide on the east side last night that left an 18-year-old with a graze wound to his head. Just before 8 p.m., the victim was riding in the passenger seat of a car driving on South Stoughton Road when police say someone in an SUV drove up behind the vehicle on Cottage Grove Road and started shooting. The victim was taken to the hospital, and he told investigators he believed more than one gun was used. The SUV is described as dark in color and possibly a Volkswagen. Developing tonight, Milwaukee police say 2 missing teenage girls were never at a house that a crowd set on fire last night in response to a perceived lack of action by officers to find the girls. Neighbors said they believed the 13 and 15-year-old girls were being trafficked for sex. 3 people were shot during the unrest, 2 14-year-old children and a 24-year-old man. They were not shot by police. 10 police officers and a firefighter were also injured. The girls have since been found and are safe with their families. Investigators say the girls denied being at the house or knowing anyone who lived there, and there was no evidence human trafficking was happening in that home. Coming up next at 6, Democrats announce how they plan to keep people safe for the Democratic National Convention in August amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Stay with us.
Save at Wild Easttown Honda on over 400 new Hondas with 0% financing for up to 60 months. Save on your favorite new Hondas at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
Happy 4th of July Super Sale, happening this week at the Brothers Maine. Come in now for more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. We make upgrading your home more convenient at Maine with up to 18 months of 0% financing and expert-free delivery. Get more at the 4th of July Super Sale. More selection, more savings, and more satisfaction. And happy birthday, USA, from the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
This has been a difficult year for everyone. As the state gradually opens, Meineke wants to get you back on the road safely. To give you peace of mind, Meineke is now offering free brake pads. Call your Madison area Meineke for details. Meineke Car Care Center is here to help.
Right now at Steinhafels, all American-made furniture and mattresses are on sale. Save 35% store-wide plus an extra 5% off the largest selection of quality American-made furniture. And take advantage of no money down financing for 60 months and free no-contact shipping. Get special pricing on these 2 sofas, $299 and $399. Wisconsin-made solid wood queen beds, your choice $599. American-made solid wood dining table, now $849. Shop Steinhafels 4th of July sale now.
Wells Asphalt Paving, expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project. For residential and commercial, from new construction to replacements, call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
No one sells more. Wild Automotive sells more SUVs and all-wheel drives combined than any other dealer. Wild is the #1 volume SUV and all-wheel drive retailer in Southeast Wisconsin. The more we sell, the more you save. WildAuto.com.
Welcome back. We are learning the Democratic National Convention in Milwaukee in August will be almost entirely virtual. Democrats will use live broadcast and online streaming during the convention scheduled for August 14th through the 20th. Today, party officials confirmed former Vice President Joe Biden will accept the presidential nomination in person, but it's not clear whether there will be a significant in-person audience there to see it. Delegates will be asked not to travel to Milwaukee. This comes as Wisconsin health officials confirm more than 400 new COVID-19 cases today. Overall, the state has seen more than 25,800 confirmed cases, with 78% of patients fully recovered. Dane County health officials confirmed 71 new cases today, and that is the county's highest single-day increase to date. And we are no longer seeing a downward trajectory of COVID-19 cases over the last 2 weeks. 4.3% of new tests came back positive today, the highest percentage since Sunday's 4.6. UW Health is part of a new clinical trial working to combat COVID-19 among patients. The institution will be testing a potential new treatment for the virus at their facilities. Researchers from UW Health say at this point there is still so much unknown about the virus.
We're really trying to understand the longevity of the virus in the body. We're trying to understand our immunity to it. And all of those things are going to come into play in terms of advancing our knowledge scientifically as we're developing new research and new solutions.
Nugent says the process to become a clinical site typically takes months, but given the urgency, UW Health was approved in less than 3 weeks. We'll be right back.
Ashley Home Store's Mattress Marathon ends soon. Don't miss our biggest mattress sale of the year. Pay as little as $22 a month for Tempur-Pedic with 6 years no-interest financing. Doorbuster Queen mattresses are just $95 while they last. Through Monday at Ashley Home Store.
Today, some things do stand firm. Those you can lean on, the things that matter, and the importance of you being you. That's why no matter the type of care you need, or the way you need it, we're here every day, safe and ready. Because wherever you are in your world, you're the focus of ours. Safe care your way. Unity Point Health Meriden, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
My dog wants a yard.
Love it.
And another dog.
Have you looked at houses yet?
Not yet.
But that's good. I learned from Summit that it's better to start with a pre-approval anyway.
Right. Yeah. You can decide how much you're comfortable paying each month and then back into your price range.
Oh, and start putting the difference between your rent and your future mortgage into savings.
With Summit Credit Union, you might be more ready than you think.
I think it's great. Summit helps people build confidence and knowledge to move forward. It's your money. Own it. Summit Credit Union.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey.
Ready to go?
Yeah. Sorry we're late.
Don't worry, we'll still make it to the concert.
This is gonna be awesome.
There we go.
You guys know they already put out a new album, right?
What?
Yeah.
No.
It's been all over the radio.
Wait, you haven't heard it yet?
No, I haven't heard it yet. Seriously.
Play the second song. It's the best one, right?
Of course it is.
Not wearing your seatbelt endangers you and the lives of anyone riding with you.
Didn't you just wear your seatbelt?
She's not moving.
Buckle up. Every ride, in every seat.
Gobin Cars grand opening sale, beautiful Middleton. 2017 Nissan Sentras, Hyundai Elantras for only $79.95 or $129 per month.
That's right. Buy 2017 Nissan Sentras and Hyundai Elantras for only $79.95 or $129 per month.
Gobin Cars is selling 2018 Kia Fortes for only $89.95 or $149 per month.
Hurry in today and just ask for my dad, Don the Dealman Gobin.
Or my daughter, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
Salute massive savings at Ashley Home Store's Stars and Stripes event. Save up to 60% off. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout. And interest-free financing for 3 years on top of our very best deals. Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Some thunderstorms are rolling through southern Dane County. Just got a report of some pea-sized hail with the strongest thunderstorm around Watts Road on the west side of Madison. And you can see here at the WISC Skycam looking off toward the northeast. The heaviest rain now starting to shift southeast of at least the west side of Madison. Some clearing out to the north, but still raining here. And you can see these thunderstorm cells that are popping up on high-resolution radar. Each of these cells possibly producing some small hail as they push off toward the south and east. For the most part, they're just producing some heavy downpours and not a terribly large amount of lightning. This cell here over Madison producing some lightning as well as some cells out to the west. But so far, these storms have stayed below severe limits across southern Wisconsin. I expect them to do so. There's one storm cell in eastern Iowa was severe earlier. But notice to the north, things starting to settle down. And as the atmosphere starts to cool down, once we get past sunset, these showers and storms will fall apart like they did last night. Now, as we look at future track precipitation for the next round of precipitation, which would be from Friday into Friday night, computer models are actually backing off on some of the rain. Now, there probably will be some areas that pick up an inch or two of rain and some heavier thunderstorms on Friday, but it looks like the more persistent areas of rain will develop just to our east. So the cold front responsible for the showers and thunderstorms will come through late afternoon or in the evening, and for the most part would keep the rainfall amounts down here. Three things you need to know in the forecast. We're back to the 80s tomorrow with sunshine, and then the humidity ramps up on Friday and will be with us through the weekend and through all of next week. That'll also lead to some thunderstorm chances from Friday into Friday evening. Storm Prediction Center has a slight risk of severe thunderstorms over southern and eastern Wisconsin with hail, high winds, and heavy rainfall the main threat. So we have an alert day in the forecast for Friday, and mainly Friday evening for a chance for some strong to severe thunderstorms. Temperatures right now in the 60s where the rain has cooled the air, like here in Madison, where there's some sunshine. Temperatures are mainly in the 70s, but not a lot of really warm air around here yet. And the reason why is the jet stream right now is just temporarily coming in from the north and northwest, but that jet stream is bulging to the north just out to the west of us. So while our temperatures are fairly mild for this time of year, and this little trough of low pressure bringing some shower and thunderstorm chances, notice the heat starting to build out to the west. Temperatures in the upper 80s and lower 90s all the way to the U.S.-Canadian border from Montana southward, and that's the heat will be spreading in our direction. The air not too humid right now. With time, that will also change. So over the next 10 days, you notice those temperatures above normal every single day, beginning on Friday and lasting pretty much through the 4th of July holiday. For tomorrow, a sunny and slightly warmer day with a high temperature of 81. Thunderstorm chances start to come back early on Friday morning, mainly in the western part of our viewing area early in the morning, then a chance for a shower or thunderstorm during the day and into the evening before we clear out. Again, rainfall amounts will be spotty. Some areas could pick up an inch or so of rain, some areas less than that. And as we look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, look for those temperatures to remain in the mid 80s all the way through the 4th of July holiday with just slight chances for thunderstorms each day.
And coming up in sports, Frank Kaminsky, one of the Big Ten's best in the last 10 years. The latest honor the Badger great can add to his credentials is next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The 70th Annual Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, featuring newly constructed homes in 5 of Dane County's most sought-after neighborhoods. The newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
Going on now, 4 days only. Save big at Grand Appliance and avoid big box crowds this holiday during the Friends and Family Sale. Shop online or at your local Grand Appliance. Double up on Grand exclusive savings. Up to $1,000 on top of already reduced July 4th pricing. Take advantage of safe online, phone, and virtual shopping options. Plus, your choice of either no-contact curbside or in-home delivery services. Don't delay. Grand Appliance Friends and Family Sale ends this Sunday, June 28th.
Calling all grassmasters, fescue fanatics, and stewards of St. Augustine. To the springtime sprawlers, backyard scholars, and cultivators of the cul-de-sac. Whether you're a rookie or a pro, run with us. For all the green thumbers, newcomers, and toy picker-uppers, run with us on a John Deere mower. Because this is more than just grass. It's home. Nothing runs like a deer.
Get your John Deere now at the Power Centers of Madison.
If you have a fear of overpaying, you have FOOP. But don't worry, U.S. Cellular has your back. With
with the Samsung Galaxy S25G. Free when you switch. Plus no activation fees. Stream without disruption. Capture and post without restriction. And do it all without food. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G at US Cellular. Choose fair.
As our communities begin to reopen in the wake of COVID-19, rest assured that SSM Health is ready with enhanced safety measures so you and your family are protected. In person or online, we're here. Schedule a visit today.
The 70th Annual Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, featuring newly constructed homes in 5 of Dane County's most sought-after neighborhoods. The newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
Thursday morning, Hattie has some warmer temps in store for us before another chance of storms roll in.
And we're continuing to monitor protests in Madison and across the country.
We'll get you caught up on everything that happens overnight starting at 4:30 on News 3 Now this morning.
A national championship game appearance, 2 Final Fours, the Naismith Player of the Year, a consensus first-team All-American, the Wooden Award. It goes on and on for Frank Kaminsky. Today, the list got a little longer. The former Badger was named to the Big Ten Network's All-Decade First Team, which is a no-brainer with his credentials. In 4 years at Wisconsin, he was part of 115 wins and averaged nearly 19 points and 8 rebounds per game as a senior. 1 year ago today, Giannis was named the NBA's MVP, joining Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the only other Milwaukee Buck to take home that honor. After the announcement, Giannis vowed to win the award again, win an NBA title, and become an even better player.
2 years ago, I had the goal in my head that I'm going to be the best player in the league. Yeah, I'm going to do whatever it takes to help my team win, and I'm going to win the MVP. And every day that I step on the floor, I always think about my dad, and that motivates me.
With Major League Baseball officially back, it's time to check in on the favorites to win it all this season. For entertainment purposes only, Caesars Sportsbook lists the Brewers as 40-to-1 odds to win the World Series. But remember, anything can happen when you're playing 60 games in 66 days. And some encouraging news for high school girls wrestling. While the WIAA didn't sanction the sport, it did vote unanimously to add a state girls wrestling tournament starting in the 2021-2022 season. Until there is enough participation to be its own sport, girls will be able to wrestle against boys during the regular season, and then during the postseason, they'll have their own tournament. So steps are finally being made.
That's spectacular.
Step in the right direction.
Good. Can't wait to see this. Thank you very much, Zach. And here's Gary with a final check of your forecast.
We're watching some showers and thunderstorms roll through the west side of Madison. This is the view from our WISC Skycam looking toward Fitchburg, where some heavy rain showers are coming down, along with a little bit of lightning there. These storms will die out pretty quickly this evening. Temperatures right now, upper 60s to around 70. High temperatures tomorrow, back to the lower 80s as sunshine returns, and then warm weather for all of next week through the 4th of July holiday.
All right, thank you, Gary, and thank you for joining us. Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.